A generational shift in home ownership is underway. U.S. home ownership just hit a 5-year low, with home ownership rates dipping to 65.1% of people owning their own homes. Young, first-time buyers, as well as Black and Hispanic buyers, have been squeezed out. And it's not just for one reason. We're talking about prices that have skyrocketed, high interest rates, housing inventory struggles, and wages that just have not been able to keep up with inflation. I could go on. The average age of a first-time buyer in the U.S. is now 38 years old, according to data tracked by the National Association of Realtors. Look, these people are no spring chickens out there trying to buy houses. Back in the 1980s, the average age to buy one's first home was like in your late 20s. Currently, the rate of home ownership for those under the age of 35 has dropped down to 36.6%, down 1.1% from Q1 of 2024. Buyers aged 35 to 44 also saw a 1.1% drop in home ownership, landing at 60.3%. Even buyers 55 to 64 weren't spared. They also took a 1.1% drop, down to 75.2% of those people owning homes. Only those above the age 65 saw their home ownership rates increase in the past year. It's brutal out there. Young buyers simply aren't entering the market when they used to, and the ramifications of this reach far beyond just a generation of people being forced to rent for longer. Economists theorize that this later age for making a home purchase will send ripple effects into people's lives for decades, probably meaning that they're going to end up retiring later because they have to work longer to achieve the same goals. So what is there to do about it? Could family lending a hand to first-time would-be homebuyers be the answer? Hi, Emily Farber here, your favorite Iowa YouTubing realtor. I make videos all about real estate and Iowa to help people just like you make smart decisions when it comes to buying and selling real estate. If that topic interests you, be sure to hit the subscribe button down below and ring the bell so you don't miss out. How can family help make home ownership possible? It's actually far more common than you might think. So the good news is, if you're considering it, you're not alone. The bad news is, doing it wrong can trigger taxes, tension, or both. So let's talk about it. Today's first-time home buyers are facing a combo of sky-high prices and interest rates that just won't quit. The typical down payment has climbed to $63,000 according to 2024 data, and mortgage payments are at near record highs. According to a Redfin survey, almost a quarter of Gen Z and Millennial buyers recently used family money to make their home purchases happen, either as a cash gift or inheritance. While the term Nepo home buyer might get thrown around and feel a little yucky, let's be real. In this real estate market, it's not favoritism, it's financial strategy. The trick is doing it right, because even the most generous moves can backfire if you don't plan ahead. Here are the 3 best ways for family to help, plus 3 big mistakes to avoid. You should definitely talk to your lender first if you're a prospective home buyer, or your financial planner if you're a parent looking to help your adult child make a home purchase. I'm going to talk about these methods from the point of view of the parent gifting the money to their child. So if you're the one hoping to receive the money in order to help fund a home, you can certainly watch this video, but be sure to share it with whoever you hope is going to give you a helping hand and some cash. First off, it's just a cash gift. Let's start with the most straightforward path, giving cash. It's clean, it's flexible, and it avoids a lot of headaches as long as you follow the rules. In 2025, you can give up to $19,000 per person or $38,000 as a couple per year without having to report anything to the IRS. If you give more, it chips away at your lifetime exemption, which is $13.99 million per person right now. No taxes due unless you cross the line. With that money, your adult child can fund a down payment. If they're taking out a mortgage, you'll need to write a brief gift letter confirming that the money you gave doesn't need to be repaid. Your child's lender will give you the specifics of what information must be included in that gift letter. Option 2, you become a bank. If you want to help your child but you don't like the idea of just giving the money away, consider setting up a family loan. Here's how it works. You become the lender, you set the interest rate, they make the payments, everybody wins. You can even forgive part of the loan each year using that $19,000 gift limit by turning it into a tax-smart hybrid of a loan and a gift. But, and this part's important, you need to put it in writing. The IRS expects formal terms, a repayment schedule, and interest rates that match federal guidelines. If you skip the paperwork, then you risk the loan being treated as a taxable gift. You need to have an estate planner or a CPA help you draft up a promissory note. It's a small investment that will help you avoid a big mistake. Third option, you set up a trust. Look, trusts aren't just for ultra wealthy people, they can be for anybody. If you're planning to gift a full property or you want to protect an asset from divorce, creditors, or future family feuds, this is an option worth looking into. There's 2 types of trusts for this situation. The first is a revocable trust, which is easy to amend, and it's ideal for passing property after your death without it having to go through probate. The other is an irrevocable trust, which is less flexible but better for asset protection, lowering your real estate taxes, and letting your child use the property while you're still alive. Trusts also make it easier to handle multiple heirs. Say you want your kids to co-own the family vacation home or split rental income fairly. A trust can spell it all out clearly, legally, and with less room for drama. Okay, let's talk about 3 common mistakes that can blow up your plans. First off, adding your child to the deed. It sounds like a shortcut. Just put their name on the title and call it a day, right? Wrong. Adding your kid to the deed can create a huge tax burden down the road. Why? It strips you of control. Another sticky wicket to consider: if your child wants to sell, rent, or refinance the home, you might not have a say in it. In addition, when they sell, they'll be taxed based off of your original purchase price, not the home's current value. That could mean that they'll pay more in capital gains taxes. Let's not even get into what happens if they end up getting a divorce or getting sued, but it's concerning. 2, leave the property in a will. Yes, a will can pass on your property, but it also sends your real estate straight into probate, which is a public, drawn-out process that can take months, and it can drain your estate with legal fees. Even worse, it doesn't help with taxes. There's no built-in protection, no ability to set conditions, and no privacy. A trust does everything a will does, and then some. It's worth the extra effort, especially when real estate is involved. Number 3, why don't you just sell your house to your kid for $1? We've all heard that one. Just sell it for $1 and call it a day. Sounds clever, right? But in the eyes of the IRS, that's a gift. And it's not even a well-structured one. You're still on the hook for gift tax reporting, and your adult child inherits your original cost basis, meaning huge tax bills if they ever sell. It's the worst of both worlds. No protection, no tax savings, and a confusing paper trail. Don't do it. There are cleaner, smarter, safer ways. Utilizing family help in purchasing a home is about finding a path to success in a market that is harder than ever to break into. If you have the ability to help, that help matters and can make a difference now and many years down the road. Doing it the right way turns your kind gesture into a powerful financial legacy. But please talk to a trusted real estate attorney or financial planner to explore what the options are for you. Hey, it's been fun, and I'll catch you later.